It's your boy, Charles Arnaz from Charles Arnaz World. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up button if you can, if you will. Hit that thumbs up button. Listen, we're going to get into Tariq Nasheed is giving his 2 cents about the Katt Williams interview, the famous, infamous Katt Williams interview that everybody's talking about. It's at 30 million views now and counting. It's one of the biggest YouTube interviews that somebody said in YouTube history. It's getting like 5 million views since it came out today. But Tariq Nasheed wanted to talk about the LGBTQ agenda that they force on black men in Hollywood. And he says, Tariq Nasheed does independent films. But he says some of that stuff is true. Let's go ahead and play the video, and I'm going to come back with my reaction. Hit that thumbs up button, guys, and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it.
Was actually supposed to be raped in the original script. Listen to this. Now, this stood out. This was heavy. All right, hold on. Now, this was heavy to me. And fair use. This is fair use. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Fair use, fair use.
The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom. And that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with. Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we're talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy, right, where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves a rape. And rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting raped in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting raped. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story?
All right. Okay. So, now some people are saying, well, Ice Cube came out and said there wasn't going to be no rape. No. I don't believe they were going to show the physical act of rape itself, probably. But the implication of him getting raped, I believe that was there. In the movie, when they're in the bathroom and he throws water on Money Mike's face, he gets up and he's like, yeah, I want my fish squirming. That sounds like a rewrite.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, because that part, if y'all go back and watch that movie, which is Friday After Next, the last one that they did with Katt Williams in it, that was kind of janky because he was trying to fight him off of him in the bathroom. Then it cuts to another scene of something else going on inside Craig and Day Day's apartment. Then it comes back and Katt Williams is knocked out on the ground and he throws water on him. Then he says, I want my fish squirming. I always thought that was kind of janky. Like, did he hit him? Because it just showed him, it showed him fighting with him and screaming, ah! Then he kind of goes down, like he grabbed him and pulled him down to the ground. Then it goes to something else, then it comes back to the bathroom scene, and Katt Williams is knocked out by the toilet, and then he throws the water on him. So you like, did he knock him out? Like, they didn't show him punching him, and now had they show him punching him, that'd be okay, he knocked him out, and now he's trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Let's be real now. Let's be real, because Cube brought up, and shout out to Cube, I ain't got no problem with Cube, but in the Players Club, there was a brutal rape scene, and you didn't see it, but it was implied, and it was still brutal in your mind because in the Players Club, old girl got brutally raped. You heard stuff and then you saw the aftermath. So it was very brutal. Even though you didn't see the physical act, you saw the implication and the aftermath of it, which was just as brutal. In Next Friday, that looks like a rewrite in that scene where he got water thrown at him and he woke up and now...
Right.
The character Damon was like, yeah, wake up. I like my fish squirming.
Yeah.
That sounds like it was a rewrite.
Right.
Sounds like in the original script, the water was thrown at him to wake him up after he done got raped.
He done got knocked out and raped. Yeah, that's what I was thinking because it looked kind of janky. I always thought that was kind of a weird cut.
You understand what I'm saying? Like the water was thrown on him after the act happened to imply, hey, I just did this to you and let me get revenge by getting these pliers on you. So it sounded like it could have been in that script for real, for real.
Right.
You understand?
Katt ain't lying. Katt probably not lying.
And I believe there's some credibility to that because here's another thing too. Here's another thing. Remember, why was Terry Crews in that scene? Why was he playing the heavy villain? Remember, Terry Crews was basically the new Debo.
Right.
Terry Crews was basically the replacement for Tiny Lister.
Right.
Remember? Mm-hmm. That was supposed to be Debo. Why did Tiny Lister not play that role?
Right.
Let me show you why. Around this time, there's this interview with Tiny Lister where Tiny was throwing out some subliminals.
Tariq be getting to the bottom of it. He's a regular McGraw. He be
All right? This is Tiny Lister throwing out some subliminals about why he wasn't in the movie. I'm thinking this is why he wasn't in the movie. All right? Tiny Lister didn't say no names,
right.
But listen to what Tiny said around the same time this movie came out. All right? Some of y'all might have forgot about this interview right here. All right?
Oh, yeah.
This came out around the same time as Friday after next. Listen.
I'm the most feared man in Hollywood. They don't like me in Hollywood.
Why do they not like you?
I don't wear dresses. I don't do that gay stuff on TV. They have to get some other black person to do that stuff. I'm talking, that's Gunner. But they all confess they love the Lord. But you cannot compromise yourself if you love the Lord. So I play tough guys, but young kids want to be soldiers. Young kids don't want to follow a guy to wear a dress. You know what I'm talking about.
So he
didn't want to get too deep. You see how he kind of paused. He really wanted to really go in on the whole agenda they pushing, but he still got to eat. This is, Tiny's still trying to eat in this Hollywood world, so you can't say too much. When you mess around, your agent drop you and your manager drop you, it's a wrap.
Up here trying to hold his tongue. What you think he was talking about? What do you think he was talking about?
Right.
I think that's what he's talking about. He saw that script, and I think in the script, again, that was written for him. He read that script and said, hell no.
Right.
He saw that. I'm thinking he saw that script. I come out of jail and do what?
Right.
I'm trying to rape dudes? Man, hell no.
Right.
You see, so a lot of this stuff is being corroborated by other people. They're corroborating a lot of this stuff. Eh?
The Katt probably was telling the truth.
He saw whatever was in that script. He saw all of that and said no. He wasn't going for that.
Plus, that's kind of messed up. If that was really what was the whole get down that they wanted Debo to be gay, like, that'd have been messed up on Q's behalf. Like, why would you turn, even though he was the hated character, he was in the first one and he was in the second one. He had small little, he was trying to get to Craig for a rematch after breaking out of jail. Debo was actually a beloved character. Even though he was a bully, he was beloved. Like in the first one, definitely in the first one, and the second one. So people didn't like Debo, but like damn, if that was true, Q was trying to really make that character gay. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So yeah. There's a lot of, I think there's a lot of truth into what Katt was saying. I think there's a lot of truth. And again, we got to, and this isn't a hit on Q, because we got to understand with these studios, you got other people putting input in these movies. Let's be real.
Right.
Let's be real. You got other people putting their input in the script, they're putting their little dibs in. If you are dealing with a movie in Hollywood, you got people who are gonna, if you're getting any kind of studio paper or whatever, they're gonna put their input in it. Hey, how about let's throw this in there? Yeah, the part about the dude pleasuring himself watching Tupac. Right. I know Tiny saw that and was like, I'm doing what?
Yep.
And who they get to do it? Tariq Cruz. And we see what Tariq Cruz get down is.
Right. Yeah.
Tariq Cruz had an exec touch all up on him. So there's certain people that'll go along with that. Yeah? Tariq Cruz has worn dresses before.
Right.
Yeah?
He was on something with a dress on and a blonde wig. I forgot what it was.
It's real. Boy, we got almost 8,000 people in here. Shout out to everybody in the room. We are in here heavy. Yeah, Denzel did a very famous interview where he talked about how they tried to put him in a movie early on where it was going to be something where they tried to lynch him.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
And it was, almost like a comedy, and he turned it down. And they're going to try you.
Yeah, Denzel talked about that, how it was one interview. It was all over Instagram, too. Somebody took a clip of it. But it was an interview with Denzel saying that it was this movie. It was a comedy movie early on in his career, big budget film. And he said they wanted to make a comedy out of slavery. Like they wanted to make it like this, almost like a Mel Brooks type movie where they was going to make like a Western, but it's going to take place like on a plantation. And they were going to make it like, they were trying to make it like lighthearted, funny about these slaves. And Denzel's going to be one of the main characters, I guess like one of the bucks. And when Denzel got a hold of the script and they pitched it to him, he was like, oh, okay. He's like, so I'm going to be lynched and y'all going to make it funny? Okay, that's cool. He's like, oh, that's just like if I did a movie about the Holocaust and then all these Jewish people getting burned up in a big oven. That'd be funny too, right? He said everybody in the office, which was mostly Jewish people, looked at him. They were like, shocked at what he said. He's like, he said, oh, that's not funny. He's like, oh, that's not so funny, is it? He said, well, why do you think my stuff my people went through and the stuff we went through with slavery, why do you think that's funny? They didn't they took it to somebody else. And matter of fact, I don't even think that movie ended up getting made. But they were really trying to do a comedy. Denzel talked about that. They were really trying to do a comedy about slavery. And Denzel flipped it on him. He was like, oh, just like if I did the reverse on you guys where I was a Nazi and then I had this giant oven and I put all the Jewish people in the oven and I burned you guys up. He was like that, right? And they were like, he said the whole room went quiet and was shocked. He said, oh, that's not so funny, is it? He said, well, why do you think it's funny when it happens to my people? Why is our Holocaust can be made fun of? They didn't ask Denzel no more. They went on to somebody. But yeah, that movie I don't think ever got made. But yeah, I remember hearing about that. I remember watching that interview.
So yeah, our brother Katt was dropping truth bombs on Hollywood. He was dropping truth bombs. Now there was some stuff that was. I think there were some things that were probably embellished, some things that were probably exaggerated, some things. Yeah. But there's a lot of truth in there. And him talking about how Hollywood deals with black people and how it's basically run like a plantation. And that brings us to the new Color Purple movie that's out, that's basically flopping right now. The new Color Purple, the musical.
I don't know, Tariq. I gotta disagree with you on that. That movie was breaking all kind of. Every black person, women I know, the ones in my family, have already seen that movie. So I don't know, man.
That movie is basically flopping. The budget was like damn near $100 million. It has made half of that, and the sales are plummeting right now. All right. The sales of that movie, they're plummeting right now. So they're trying to pretend that this movie is not flopping. And the reason why a lot of black people are not gravitating towards The Color Purple, we are in a new age right now. We are in an age of empowerment right now. And a lot of us are not trying to see these downtrodden, disempowering movies that are basically Democrat shill agenda films.
Democrat, what they got to do with it?
And I'm hearing horrible reviews on the movie. I saw Bootsy said he went to the movie and walked out because there was an agenda in there. They got the rainbow agenda.
Well, that's in the first one.
Man,
That's how he didn't. That's why people were saying that's in the first one. It's that kiss scene between Ceeley's character and Suge Avery. You know, that was in the first one. How he didn't know that was gonna? I don't see how he didn't think. Unless he didn't see the first one. How he didn't? He must have didn't see the first one. He seemed like he too hard to go watch The Color Purple, which I don't see. Well, little Boozy probably wasn't even born when Color Purple came out. I don't even think he was born. He might have been a little baby, but yeah, I don't think he's seen the first one. Had he seen the first one, he would have known that particular scene was going to, that kissing scene between, you know, Suge Avery and the other character, the Ceeley character, that was going to be in the remake. Of course, it's going to be in that. I haven't seen the movie, but I'm pretty sure with the whole agenda of pushing that stuff, that it's probably all through that one. They probably put all kind, and you know, Tariq and Nasheed might be telling the truth because a lot of people didn't even know that this is not a remake. This is a musical, and I don't know. I think the only musical black folks really mess with is The Wiz. Like we really not really musical people. We'll mess with Grease though. We'll mess with The Wiz and Grease, but yeah, black people don't really do musicals like that.
We don't want no agendas, man. This is a different time and age because the first movie is a quote unquote classic, and to be honest, I've never watched that original movie all the way through because of the gender divide stuff that's in it, the anti-black male misandry in the movie that caused a lot of negative ramifications for black male and female relationships starting in the 80s.
Yeah, he right.
That movie kicked off a lot of negative relationship aesthetics between black men and women.
Right.
Showed black men in a very horrible light. Didn't show sisters in too much of a positive light either. Kind of the you're getting empowered, getting over adversity type of thing. But that wasn't really too empowering. The agenda was real. And right now,
Color Purple made black men the boogeymen to our own women. It really did. The Color Purple made black men the boogeymen to our own women.
We're in an age where we're not trying to be badgered down with agenda films. We're not trying to be badgered down with these gender divide films. We don't want propaganda. And I think we as black people are becoming more sophisticated as far as a lot of the media that's being thrown at us. You understand? And truth be told, The Color Purple was generally a miserable movie. And we don't want to see a musical, miserable movie.
Right.
We don't want to see misery and music put together. We don't want to see that. We're in a different time. There's a different energy. And even the behind the scenes stuff is miserable. You know, that old singing plantation stuff, that's not the vibe right now.
Right.
We're in an empowerment age.
Right. We want some advanced stuff.
This thing where these disempowering movies are made to be on some woes me, white people, please take pity on me.
Right, yeah.
Look how downtrodden we are. Hopefully there's a good white savior that's going to take pity on us. And we're not on that time right now. We're not on that energy right now. They're not going to portray that movie as some kind of girl power movie. It's not. Black girls look to each other. Right. Let's all lay up together. We don't need no man. Old evil men. Mm-hmm. We can all lay up with each other sexually.
Right.
Here's the problem. Y'all can't really sell that to too many sisters like that. See, that's what they're trying to sell to sisters. Hey, ain't no good man out here, but go find you a nice big buck strapping stud. Go find you a nice stud and lay up with her. You dig? And here's the thing. A lot of sisters, you don't want no big back stud. You don't want that. You want a man in your life. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Brothers, we want sisters in our lives. You dig?
They really trying to push them to be with white boys too, which is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I have no problem with interracial relationships if it's natural, but this whole push is a lot of push for that too, I noticed as well. You know what I'm saying?
So trying to sell that narrative, that's not working. A lot of sisters don't want to go see a movie with a bunch of big back studs singing and romping around with each other. You don't want to see that. You want to see that. Brothers don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see no big back studs rolling around with each other. You're not, nobody, you can't sell that to us. Right. You know? And even the making of the movie, The Color Purple, there's, you know, you got Taraji P. Henson going on the press junket crying about not getting no money. That's not a good look.
It's not.
Just the energy of that movie is off.
Right.
The actors are going around complaining how they ain't getting no money. The energy of that movie is off. There's another interview where they're talking about, it's horror stories. This movie has a $100 million budget. The actors are literally crying about they ain't making enough money. They have to get their own rental cars. The studio made them get their own rental cars.
Wow.
To drive to the set. I mean, they're running it like a real plantation. The energy is off. The actors are talking about how there wasn't no food. Hold on, let me play this.
What? They didn't have no
Hold
food.
on, listen to this. This is a horror story. They're treating them like they're on a plantation for real. Listen to this stuff.
What
Hold
in
on.
the world? They didn't have no craft services?
Taraji, as Blitz, our director, says. I mean, I have been watching her from the beginning.
I like Daniel Brooks.
And to just have someone just be a guide for us, be our voice box. I remember when we first came in and we were doing rehearsal and they put us all in the same space. Like, we didn't have our own dressing rooms at the time, and they did not give us it. Sorry, Miss Owen. We didn't have no food.
She had no idea.
She didn't know what was going on.
She had no idea. She was like, I heard about it.
Oh, yeah. And you corrected it for us.
You
corrected it.
Didn't I call you? Yes. And I was like, Miss O, we got to fix this. And she said, say less. And was it not
And
fixed?
that's what I appreciated, though. You were our voice. Because a lot of times, yes, I've done a lot of TV. I've done a lot of films, specifically independent films. But this is my first studio film. So sometimes you do come in just saying, okay, well, I'm going to just take whatever they give me. I'm just happy to be here, you know? But you spoke up for us, and you showed me how to do that. But what I've really enjoyed is your sisterhood is authentic.
Okay. That's pitiful. That's pitiful. And by the way, I think Oprah knew.
Right.
I think Oprah knew and just didn't give a damn. Yeah, they've been embarrassing the hell out of Oprah this whole press run. Oprah, see, they like to put black folks up there like this is Oprah and Tyler Perry. They like to make it seem like they're in charge of everything. It's the white people in charge of it.
That's right. That's right.
It's the white people in charge of it.
They just use Oprah and them as like buffers and shit.
Yeah, let's be real. They make it seem like Oprah and those guys are the exact. When they put these plantation films together, they always got to put a black face in. Like, hey, this is the person who's producing it. They don't care about none of that stuff. They're like, okay, I'll be the black face. Hey, I'm the producer, guys. Oprah's phoning it in. All right? Oprah's phoning it in. I don't think Oprah gave a damn, to be honest. I don't really think Oprah gave a damn. Oprah's like the handler. Oprah's like the go-between.
Right.
Because they can't call the white execs and say, hey, whoopie-whoop. So they got...
But they don't want to talk to him. They definitely don't want to meet with him. So yeah, they use them as like Oprah and you're talk to your people. They don't have them come to us.
To kind of shame Oprah. They've been shaming Oprah left and right. How you have $100 million film and no damn food? God damn.
She's crazy, man. That makes sense though. Anyway, what y'all think about this video, man? Y'all can go ahead and check out his channel. It's called Tariq Radio, Tariq Radio. So on YouTube, check out his channel. He has some really good videos. He also got a documentary coming out that I'm looking forward to see. I forgot the name of the movie. It's a documentary about hip hop. I think it's called Mic Check or Microphone Check. I think it's called Mic Check or something like that. Anyway, it's coming out soon. But anyway, y'all check out his YouTube channel and subscribe to my channel, Charles Inez World, and give me a thumbs up button. Appreciate it.